Quote of the week brought to you by Gold G. Roger from One Piece. If your endless dreams are your guide, surpass them under the flag of your beliefs. Now, to be honest, I don't know if he actually said that. I think that might have been just the narrator who's maybe Imu. I'm not too sure. Guess we'll find out in the next chapter. But anywho, I started to bike a bit more. You know, one of my dreams, lifelong dreams, has been to get abs, and I have never been close. So I picked this bike up, this stationary bicycle, off of Facebook Marketplace, and guess what? It fit in my BRZ. More on that later, possibly. But I was very surprised and thankful. You know, the BRZ's trunk super shallow. I actually had to disassemble the bike quite a bit, but I got a pretty good deal out of it. You know, I use it quite a bit now, about 30 minutes to an hour a day, if I use it at all. I have to force myself to keep consistent with it. And lately, I've been watching, One Piece, or rewatching it, I should say. Right now, I'm at Skypiea, which to be honest is kind of a drag. I I skipped through it partially the first time around or the second time around, and it was kind of lame. You know, the pacing in One Piece kind of sucks as an anime. Other than bike, I guess. You know, my week has been pretty typical. You know, MMA, gym, harassing my cat Suki here. But she likes it. It's just a bit weird because she knows when she's being recorded and isn't really fond of it. And then also, I opened up some of the Pokemon ETBs that I had in storage or, like on my desk just waiting. I have or had a bad habit of like splurging and purchasing shit. And for me, I had a bad habit of
Not too sure.
like buying Pokemon cards, like gambling. And to be honest, that's like really the only formal sense of gambling that I actually do. So I had these two ETBs for a journey together that I opened with my sister Karen. I got a decent amount of cards. Uh, I got like this full art Wailord, this full art Lycanroc, a couple of EXs. Um, for me personally, I like the full arts. I know the Wailord, for example, is not, as I would assume, not a competitive card. Um, but it looks really cool, and for me, that's what opening Pokemon cards is all about. You know, I'm sure like for most people, they buy them because they look cool or something like that, and that's me. You know, I straight up don't know how to play Pokemon as a trading card game, even though my original handle used to be Pokemon Master Bob. Ooh, Regirock. Oh shit. And Zork EX.
Cool.
Basic Energy. Pupitar. Alolan Geodude. Odino. Lily's Comfy. Super Potion. Hops Corviknight. Banette. Lily's Pearl. Oh, Hops Corviknight Holographic. Noivern. Basic Energy. Hops Wooloo. Bagon. Paris. Wingull. Marowak. Brock's Scouting. Virizion. Alolan Graveler. Who's that? Iona. Oh, Iona's Wattrel. That's a gym leader. Lycanroc. Basic Energy. Morgrem. Galarian Stunfisk. Bombardier. Parasect. Postwick. Clough. Lavincia. Alolan Marowak. Nut. Magmortar. Basic Energy. Metang. Noibat. Rockruff, Caterpie, Pelipper, Hopsbag. Paws like sliding everywhere. Ends, Klinkling, Centret, Roland G-Dude, Lily's Clefairy EX, Basic Energy, Swinub, Shelmet, Shelgon, Milcery, Hobbs Choice Band, Kuno, Postrick, Petalil, Oinkologne, Volcanion EX, Basic Energy, Ends, Darumaka, Fungus, Ends, Clink, Lotad, Hops Corviknight again, Banette, who's that? Oh, Pangoro, Ferragato, Lycanroc, Yaskarada, Basic Energy, Pavane Wooper, Black Belt Strain, Waylamer, Zorua, Cloth, Laventia, Super Potion, Shuppet, Pancham, Wailord, Basic Energy, Centret, Cufant, Lombre, Squavette, Pangoro, Grimmsnarl, Ends PP, Whalmer, Comfy, Double. Many of you may be wondering, how's Suki doing? What do you want? Who threw up here, huh? Well, we got good news and bad news. Suki is doing as she always does, being needy, somewhat bratty, and going outside, eating grass, coming inside and throwing up. But I absolutely adore her. This is my first time owning a cat, and she's kind of a good, great, pet and everything. And I decided to buy her a cat tree on Amazon. This didn't take me too long to build. It doesn't really require any specific specialty tools, except for like an Allen key for the bolts, which this thing ends up coming with. And it was a pretty cool experience building this, watching her use it eventually, and stuff like that. And I guess to my surprise, stuff like this is actually pretty affordable. All in all, it came into about, I think, $60, I want to say, $70, and this thing is decently tall. It's about my height, 5'8". I'm a short king. And Suki, I would say around the house, she kind of runs the house. She kind of goes wherever she wants. The top of the stairs is typically the highest point in the house that she stays. And she's not up there too frequently, to be honest. Like, she doesn't like the upstairs for various reasons. Maybe it's because, I don't know, my sisters are up there and they stink. I'm not too sure. But anyways, the cat treat that I made for her and bought for her, she seems to, somewhat enjoy it. Maybe for now at least. I'm kind of hoping that she fully starts to enjoy it, because she scratches up our furniture somewhat frequently. I'm not too sure what her deal is. I guess these are the terrible threes or terrible fours, whatever the teenage years for cats are, where they start rebelling and pooping on your floor, peeing on your floor, that type of thing. Because we did have that for some time, where she would poo on the floor and pee on the floor. And I'm not gonna lie, we still sort of do sometimes. even though the vet says she's fully healthy. She's just a brat, and also a little bit of. She's also a little chunky, you know. Gotta lay off the treats sometimes, but tell that to my mom because she keeps getting peer pressured into giving her treats. Suki, Suki,